Toen ons in Rustenburg kom, toen het ons die kind doodgegaan. En daar was toen Rustenburg is een vriendenland.
Ja.
Voor mij werd het die Kaap, het komt uit die Kaap.
Dat is een andere republiek.
Ja, en toen daar, ons op die hospitaal geweest, toen ons gevraagd, is daar niet iemand wat ons kan helpen? En ik heb toen gebeld Kaap toe en, het was een hele, je kop was in elkaar, ik was net aangesteld als kredietbestuurder bij die depot. En ik ken niemand nie, en toen ons nou toe, in die geval, toen komt die ou, so wat ou, hy het net die, wat is die, wat hulle die mense gebrand,
necklace of wat?
Nee man, die mense,
cremation
opgezet in een brand nieuw plek. En maar die baba was nog zo klein. En toen hij nou gezegd, oké, daar is nog een baba, hij kan onze baba nou samen, kom haal die kind, ons het niks betalen. En ik was zo impressed, ik was zo happy, ik was zo blessed dat ik voel het, oh, God sent. Because we didn't know anyone.
Sure.
So it was a very difficult time, and we moved on from Rustenburg to, dat is nog meer dan 10 jaar nou,
Hoe is het?
Rustenburg, toen gaan we naar Johannesburg toe.
Yes.
Toen van Johannesburg, Bloemfontein, toen word ik regional credit manager daar. En toen
voor Coca-Cola depots,
Nee, dus is dat broers. En toen eindig ik op een Kimberley, toen was het depot rechtelijk en zo aan. En toen, all comes together in Kimberley. Het was beautiful. Nou, aan die Kimberley heb ik een oog ontmoet, Tyron. Hij was die, voor mij supervisor gemaakt. Tyron was, hij is niet zo groot peert zoals jij. Nou ja, hulle sê, Neil de Beer. Hulle moet sê Neil die Beer.
Ja.
Tyron is zo'n groot peert. In elk geval, wat het hulle jou gegee? Hoende is vlees, wat? Baba was.
Ja.
Zo groot as.
Nee, goeie pap. Maar sê my, hoe kom jy toe in die ding?
Ons het gesukkel. Omdat ek het 'n job gelos en ek het tot die company begin roep on top en toe sukkel ons om die market te penetrate en toe begin maak ek video's om te wys hoe die dakke skoon maak. En op
daai roof
on top, ja, die dakke skoon op jou kop.
And that's what you do.
Ja.
Great.
Soos in waterproofing, roofwork, roof restoration.
And that's your job.
Yeah, that's
your company.
Yes, that's my company.
I was trying to find out.
Ja, ek het nou research gedoen, maar ons gaan later daaroor praat. Het gaat eigenlijk met mij, het gaat eigenlijk
over mij. I'm interviewing you now.
Ik naar die tables met jezelf. En toen ik begon, ik heb het gevoel dat al het een political decision gemaakt. En hij was aan die pet, in die kaart was zo. Die meiden en zo aan. En toen zei hij, oké, meneer water scarcity. Ons gegaan tot op level 4B, denk ik. Toen kon ons die water krijgen, ons kon je dak nou was, je dak verf.
Maar je kan niet water hebben.
Ons gebruik goede kwaliteit en verf, maar ons kon die dak was niet. Because toen gaan koop ik het, als je inkomt bij de hek, daar is het auto tank. Toen is op die systeem gegaan met die hele pomp systeem en zo. Nou moet je die tank op je dak lijken.
So you took your water with you?
No. Dan kregen ze van die mannen om die non-potable water te intappen bij ons. En dan daar vanaf kon ik ons dan was die dak.
Wow.
Zo is die hele gedoente, maar nou... My snack was dat ek sien, die manne bou dan. En bouers gebruik meer water as om 'n dak skoon te maak. You know what I'm saying? So ons het hele in my geskiedenis met jobs wat ek gedoen het vir die bank gewerk het en credit manager en almal die goed, ons doen feasibilities, almal jy calculate alles. So in die end het vir my gewys die water wat ons gebruik om 'n dak skoon te maak en die termyn wat daai dak gerestored gaan wees. En as jy kyk na van die punte gooi 10, 12 jaar, you're not going to paint the roof again. So you understand, and you create job opportunities.
I like it.
En toen ik begon te vragen aan die pet, en toen nog van die water geworden in it's more than 4 years later, no response. I tried my best, and then I started getting frustrated because I saw, there's a gap here. These politicians, they're making it difficult for business, for small business, to resonate. What is the problem here? And that's where this whole thing came about.
The problem is they've never been in business themselves.
100%. And if I look at...
So you and me,
yes,
we are entrepreneurs.
You understand.
I totally.
And I went through, and I promise you, I looked at a couple of links, and this is this is actually your link where I went through. And if I look at, obviously, you're a counselor now, you with UIM, UIM.
Yeah, UIM.
I am not you, but UIM. Moet julle by name kom?
Yes, UIM. So actually, if you take UIM and you turn it around upside down,
yes,
it says win.
No, man.
Yes. So where's the logo?
Yeah.
So if you write UIM,
It says, yeah.
but
Oh, on the board.
so if you
Oh,
take if you
Yeah.
if you have a pen,
Yeah, it's just
let me show you. So if you write UIM, that's United Independent Movement.
win.
We win.
You guys win.
We're gonna win.
Look
But
at
at the end of the day, that's not why I started the UI, and that's not why I left business.
Okay.
I left business because I was like you, frustrated.
All right.
Gatvol. Enough.
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 Okay. So you currently the president of the UIM.
Yes.
You've been with IFA, Investment Fund Africa,
That's right.
Ndebe International, FKM Health Holdings,
Yes.
Mr. SA. What is that
The
about?
chairman. I wasn't beautiful enough to become Mr. SA, so I became the chairman.
All right. So you went into a Donald.
So if you can't become a beauty pageant person,
Yeah. So you went into a Donald Trump mode because Donald Trump also
totally
had a
Miss USA.
100%.
Absolutely.
Founder in the Verde Foundation is the same thing. Liberation Military Veterans Commercial. Now, I want to talk about that.
Absolutely.
But before we get to that, you want some snacks?
My God. Not only do we get fed, but we get
okay,
sex.
because I
It
snapped
will
my
be.
fingers
No,
again.
it will be. It will be. It will be. It will be. Ons word getreat, so ek dink ek moet maar elke week 'n interview kom.
Ik wil gebraai het actually.
Inshallah. We'll get there. We'll get there.
So you were the candidate, your senior advisor to Ministry of Defence.
And intelligence, yeah.
We want to talk about that now.
Absolutely.
I just want to get through this quickly because there's actually something that I want to play for you. Secretary General OIM.
OABD, yeah.
Okay. And then Infinitus Holdings.
That was a
And then-
construction entity.
All right, construction.
Yeah, so construction,
Yeah.
IT,
Yeah.
finance
Yes.
is the game that I used to play in as
Okay.
an entrepreneur.
Same as Donald Trump, isn't it?
Yes. Well, I get that a lot.
Yeah, because and I looked at a lot of your videos over the last 2 years when I initially saw, hey, he's DO. Because initially when you made the first video or some of the first videos, you were not in South Africa.
No.
You were up there somewhere.
Yes.
And then I realized, and I actually made a video about that, or not about you specifically, about the construction industry. And I realized that you also speak a lot about God and you believe in Jesus and all those things. My initial thing was, guys like Donald Trump are go-getters, and people don't realize that Jesus was Donald Trump. These guys are building skyscrapers, and Jesus is Steve Pa,
Was a carpenter.
100%.
I was a
So
builder.
you understand what I'm
Totally.
saying?
Totally.
So my thing is, there's a lot of money in construction, and we're gonna talk now about the crimes and all those things.
Sure.
They're busy taxing building industry. Guys can't start the project. They can't build anywhere without paying the bribes
Sure.
or paying taxes.
Sure.
You know.
Taxes and taxes.
So it's double up.
Yeah.
So and
There's an above board tax and there's the underhand tax.
yes, but then when you buy the material, you still pay government tax again. So
Absolutely.
government gets it twice over and above.
Absolutely.
So that is one of the things. And then obviously in 2013 you listed yourself as an actor.
Yes.
In George.
Yes. I was in a
Little
movie.
Kings. Oh,
Yes.
you were in a
Yes.
movie.
So
What was that about?
I studied drama at
All
school.
right. Okay.
And a lot
What
of
school did you
people,
go to?
De Villiers Graaf.
Waar is dit
In
nou?
Verliesdorp.
Verliesdorp.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I come from a farm. I
Which
come
farm?
from Stellenbosch.
Stellenbosch. Stellenbosch Mafia?
I come
Are you
from,
friends?
no. We are definitely not friends.
Okay.
Ja.
Dit wou hoor, hè?
Ja, baie. So hulle sê Eugene.
Ter
Dan sê ek
plaats.
vir hulle nee.
Hier is ek let vir jou vra voor ons
Yes.
verder praat.
Ja.
Zack de Beer.
Ja.
Is dit familie van
Glad
jou?
nie.
Nee.
Not at all.
Okay. Hy was ook 'n political
Ja.
okay, so swart nie. Ja.
Glad. Not at all. Nee.
Gooi weg.
nee.
All right. Carry on.
So at school,
Yes.
my destiny was to become a farmer.
Farm.
I wanted to farm
Okay.
because I come from a farming community. And what a lot of people don't know is that ons eintlike van is Jurgens.
Okay.
And we come from the family.
Jurgens, soos in
Jurgens.
Jurgens. Jurgens caravan.
Not caravans, Jurgens.
Okay.
And they, my great-grandfather, and this is a very interesting fact, so was the owner of Mitchell's Plain and Philippi Farm. Makasa.
Yeah?
That was my groot-opa.
Well, okay.
So Albert Jurgens owned the farm.
Okay.
That now today is Philippi Makasa.
All right.
And isn't that weird that when I joined the ANC in 1988?
88.
Yes.
1988.
I ended up one day a couple of years ago on that same place to defend the Philippi smallholding farmers from the people taking their land to sell it to developers, and a journalist turned around and he said, isn't that weird? The great-grandson of the original owner of this farm is here to protect the people that took over that farm.
I think God make it so. Inevitably.
So drama at school?
Yeah.
Because I was shy.
All right.
It was a scam.
Okay.
So I had to take drama to stand on a stage to give me the confidence to speak. So actually every day that I go out and speak, it's my biggest fear. And then they cast me in a movie. So I did one movie, and it was actually the movie based on Hansie Cronje's life.
Oh, is it? You were in that movie?
I was in that movie.
Okay, let's talk about Hansie Cronje for a moment, right? You've been exposed to it, you've been in the movie. How many minutes did you play in that movie though?
Yes, about 20 minutes.
20 minutes?
I was the coach.
Oh, okay.
I was the vicious coach, the opposing coach.
The movie weer gaan kyk, but then I'll recognize, hey!
So Little Kings was not the story of Hansie Cronje, but it was based on a player that got pride, that went and got kicked out, that went to a little school, became the coach, and in this coaching of the cricket team of a school, after he was thrown out of his team, he gets offered a bribe again.
Okay.
And that is the movie that I played in, and it's a one-day movie. It's like a one song, and then I was done.
So Hansie, obviously with the legacy that he was an exceptional athlete in terms of cricket, right? And all the corruption that transpired. I mean, I watched the initial movie that they made, all those things, read the reports. I actually saw Hansie Cronje when I was in Joburg at the airport.
Yes.
I can't remember what I did there, which job I did.
Yes.
But I got off the flight, and when I was getting my luggage and I walked, I saw this whole crowd wrapped around him. He was actually a tall guy.
Yes, yeah, he was.
And I just looked, and I had to go because I had to get my lift, get wherever I had to be. And I saw I never spoke to him, but I could see that this was a phenomenal guy. But his legacy was obviously tarnished with the corruption. And it was so sad when they flew into the mountain.
Yes. But we did that to him. We took an icon. Ons het hom gestraf want hy moes gestraf word. But we did not need to destroy him. Because if you look across the world, all the other cricketers that fell, the Shane Warnes, those people,
Shane Warne,
they were never destroyed.
I saw a video with Shane Warne that just passed away. By his soul, rest in peace.
Yes.
And it looks like there were cameras above. I don't know if you saw that video and the orgy and all those things.
But we've got a habit in this country of taking it to the extreme.
I think this is not our country. I think it's the way of the world.
Yes.
And I think it's the algorithms that the guys like America, they introduce this because they will use the algorithms. I'm going to tell you now, I don't watch TV. I watched movies yesterday on Netflix. We don't have DSTV anymore. I don't watch news. I watch the stuff that I see on YouTube. And a lot of your stuff is on YouTube. I don't think you should ever stop posting on YouTube because, but then again, YouTube is owned by the Americans.
So yesterday I was in Mitchell's Plain.
Okay.
I went to the festival.
Yes.
So a great friend of mine, Rosario Brown.
Yes.
He's the guy that for the past 13 years has run the Mitchell's Plain Festival.
Okay.
It's my mensa.
Okay.
And I walked there, and every 2 meters, someone came with a samosa. Someone came with a dolce. And someone said, Mr. TikTok. Mr. TikTok. I walked out there, Selwyn, with realizing one thing.
Okay.
Never underestimate social media.
It's a powerful thing.
And it works to your detriment.
Yes.
And it works for you.
And you need to control yourself.
But one thing I know, it brought me closer to the people.
It's because if you look at this whole scenario now with Russia and Ukraine, we're watching the war over social media.
It's like a movie.
100%. However, we see snippets of what's really happening.
Yes.
We don't see the true effect. Now, you coming from intelligence, and I want to speak about that.
Yes.
You were, where is it now? At one stage, you gave advice to Madiba.
Yes. I also brought you a gift.
From Madiba?
No, I brought you my book.
You're going to give it to me?
My book is
I
out.
want to read it.
Yeah.
Yes. You gave...
My book is out.
Yeah.
Undercover with Mandela Spies.
Is it?
That's the book.
All right.
Yeah.
Working close to Madiba.
Yes.
Now, there's a lot of things. I always read the comments in social media. The comments. If you post anything, I go and read what the means.
Yes.
And then I always do that because it gives you perspective. There's a lot of crazy people out there. There's a lot of people that's been blindsided.
That's Tati.
But when we talk about social media, it's also, like you said, it could be a very dangerous.
Sure. It works for you
or against you. 100%.
Sorry, but can I add something?
Yes.
If you tell the truth, it can't ever change the truth.
God make it so. If you tell the truth,
it can't change.
You don't have to. You can tell the truth over and over. You don't have to. Hey, wat ek nou uitdag gesê?
Nee, want alleen moet jy onthou.
You have to, and you can only remember so much.
So from me, you get truth. Want ek het daai les baie lank gehad.
You've been a businessman for many years, right? I'm running a small business, and I promise you, it's very tough out there.
It's not okay.
We can speak about BEE. I say, all right. That's
Jeremy
you,
Vieri.
You say Jeremy.
Andre Lincoln.
Okay.
We were the team.
You have it, guys.
I say.
Undercover with Mandela spies. Yes. You guys were spies.
Yes, we were. But I think Selwyn, people need to understand what's a spy.
Okay.
Because
you get good spies and you get bad spies.
Can I call it the word? We've made it a movie, a James Bond thing.
Okay.
Not as a spy isn't that. A spy has been Hollywooded. Can I call it that?
Yes.
What is a spy? But I'm talking about not a spy. They gave us the name spy.
Okay.
I was a senior intelligence officer.
All right.
That's the real name.
Within government or the ANC?
First with the ANC. First with the apartheid government.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you first worked for the apartheid government?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
I was a security policeman.
For the national...
I was a security policeman.
Okay.
And then,
all right.
Whilst being in the security police,
okay,
I was then recruited by Jeremy Vieri.
By Jeremy Vieri? So you come a long way.
Lang pad.
But hulle het vir hom gehumiliate, né? Yeah, they send him home with nothing.
Yeah. So we did a Hansie.
Okay.
We did a Hansie on Jeremy.
Okay.
That's what we did. And we took we took people like Andre Lincoln.
Okay.
And funny enough, we took all, can I say straight, we took all the colored officers. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
We took Jeremy, we took Andre, and we took the National Commissioner of Crime Intelligence.
Yeah.
Peter
Wiener.
Our current commissioner that was in head of crime intelligence.
Okay.
But anyway, we took them and we attacked them.
All right.
And they were all MK. Okay. Now, what is a intelligence officer? Selwyn, an intelligence officer is the following. A spy is a person that can communicate with another person, extract information from such person in the usage of an objective without necessarily such a person knowing you're extracting information. That's it.
All right.
And in intelligence, can I also tell you how it works? You are taught it starts with a rumor, it becomes information, you then verify that, and then only it becomes intelligence.
And then, in the end, when they write it in the history books, it becomes his story, history.
Sure.
And that's probably how they changed history. And I believe a lot of stuff was changed.
So what was my job? As a security policeman, it was to ensure that we interrogate through the state people that was harming the state. And that was for the apartheid government.
Yeah.
But already Jeremy and those people noticed in me not the full understanding of what apartheid was doing.
Okay.
And that's when they turned me to become a MK operative with it.
All right. So at that stage, was Jeremy...
He was an MK operative.
For ANC?
For the ANC.
Oh,
he
right.
was an MK operative. He was a Umkhonto Wesizwe.
Okay. When you swap roles or move across
Yes. Yes.
from the white
Yes.
to the black
Correct.
regime,
Yes.
were you considered as a sellout?
No, I was seen as a traitor.
Traitor.
Ja, by die boere.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
today?
Still.
Okay.
Still today. Because they didn't get it.
Okay. When Evie de Klerk died,
Yes.
a lot of people had a lot of say. I made a video and I saluted
Yes.
Evie de Klerk for the role that he played in the transition. Right?
In that transition.
Yeah, that was
Absolutely.
And I read the comments on Black Twitter, on Facebook, all these places. When you see a video, I just type in the hashtag and then you can go read the comments. A lot of the youngsters felt that he added no value. I've got friends, that's my age group, over 40, under 50, that also felt, hey, niks beteken nie, because now I felt personally this guy played his role under the circumstances. What was your feeling at the time? And even when he passed away, how did you feel? Because he was classified as the same as what you did.
I didn't defend the life.
Okay.
I defended the incident. Can I call it that?
You can call it whatever you want.
So your lifetime
Yeah.
is 80 years.
Okay.
But 1 year in that 80 can change that 80's legacy.
Okay. So
That one incident.
profound. So when we talk about God, when we talk about mense wat hulle in Christianity, they call it bekeer. So you live a rotten life all these years
Yes.
and months or days or weeks or minutes or before you die, you change your life.
You maak skoon.
You maak skoon, yeah. And people feel that this guy is not honorable. He deserves to die in a way, in the manner they killed him. What's your take on that? So you classify that as the same scenario when you make a change and you really try your best to live a better life.
I don't think Evie de Klerk waited for the last minute to redeem himself.
Okay.
I think he already did that in the past. What he did in that last video, now that we saw that so explicitly, where he reiterated again and said, I am sorry.
Okay.
It was not the first time he said that, but again, I'm not preaching on the man's life.
Yeah.
I'm saying it took balls of steel to get up as a prime minister and president of this country and to tell the white population of this country, we're setting this man free.
Yeah.
Now I'm focusing that down.
Okay.
And do I admire, as a fighter, as a soldier, do I admire that of that man?
Okay.
Absolutely I do.
All right.
So when he died, I also made a statement where I said, I am absolutely recognizing, no matter what people say, the same that Madiba saw.
Okay.
And if Nelson Mandela forgave this man and was willing to work with this man and shared a Nobel Peace Prize with this man, then who the hell is Frikkie Julius Malema to get up and tell us he must be annihilated? Ja, maar dit gaan nie so werk nie.
But I wanted to get to that maybe later on, but you brought it up now.
Why do I call him
Frikkie?
Frikkie? It's a song. There was a song.
I know the song, but why you call him Frikkie? Because why don't you call him Frik?
Yeah.
Because he's not Frikkie anymore.
Yes.
He's now.
He's no Frik.
He's not Frik
and
because
one of the days, Frikadel.
I think, and I want to be very, very serious about this now.
Yes.
I looked at this court case, and you said yes. I think when they said they sent, what's his name, Oppenheimer, right?
Yes.
That advocate, Jesus.
Yeah.
That guy that looked like Jesus
Yeah.
and it looked like Jan van Riebeeck.
The lead advocate. Yeah.
I felt personally that they set that dude up for failure.
Sure.
Either that or they wanted to expose Julius for the person that he is.
Yeah.
I don't feel the captains of industry and AfriForum would be so gullible and so ignorant to do that.
But can I tell you?
I want you to.
They underestimated him.
I think we spoke about IT now. We spoke about algorithms.
Yes.
We spoke about social
Yes.
media. I think what Julius Malema got
Yes.
is days and days of free marketing throughout the country, throughout the world.
Sure.
He actually, I watched some of that stuff. He actually went and he explained to the people what his company, I call it a company,
Yes.
the political party is about.
Yes.
And we'll get to that. For me, it was free marketing, and people could, and he actually flipped that guy's words over. At some point, he told him, "Listen, julle gaan."
Well, you gave Hitler a platform. You gave Hitler. You gave a staunch propagandist. You gave him a platform, free of charge, unwillingly or willingly, known or unknown. You gave him that platform to now spew his rhetoric.
Okay.
And you know what? I'm sorry. AfriForum nul. Julius Malema won.
You won. I think he won. I think he got so much out of it.
Yes.
And his followers, the Born Frees, they saluted. Remember last year he had a crisis because he was flip-flopping. He went to Zuma's house and people said, "Hey, this guy's a sellout." And this is a fantastic platform for him to revive what he's about. And because of what happened in that court case, I felt that the Zumas will take over and they will put Duduzane Zuma forward, and then Julius went to meet with Zuma and they made somewhat peace, and they made a deal behind the scenes. And I felt that maybe Duduzane will be number one, Julius be number two, but for Julius to be number two, it's a problem.
It won't happen.
That's why I say Frak, I don't know.
Yes.
At the end of the day, I felt that the white monopoly got gutful of the ANC. They are finished. There's no hope. There's nothing left. So who's the next?
Yet it's interesting.
Who's the next best guy?
If you go into the truth,
into the methodology of what they want to apply.
Well, Selwyn, hear this. It is factual that it is the leaders of the white minority that keeps the ANC in power.
I think it's a combination of things with the white monopoly and whoever owns real power.
Sure.
And for me, I remember I worked for the bank almost 13 years.
Yeah. You understand?
And the banking, for me, if Julius Malema attacks the boer with a farm, with a land, for me it's about water. For me it's about South Africa is a water scarce country.
Sure.
And we need the water. I worked at a private bank. I reviewed some of those years. And most of the dams that were built by the boer, they got funding from the banks to build it. So they had to pay it off.
Yes.
They had to pay it off with the crops, with
labor.
With labor in the end, yeah. So that I understand.
Sure.
So for me, it's really about the land and about the water and about the minerals in the land. But for me, the real story is, it's not about the land. It's about Bill Gates wanting to buy off land so that they can start making cloned meat, cloned food, cloned fruit, cloned vegetables.
Sure.
That's the future.
Sure.
So in order to do that, they need to get rid of farmers. So to your point, I want to play this quickly. Right? This is a video.
Now I'm going to be very frank and straight with
on
you.
your YouTube.
This country has surpassed, in my opinion, as a security specialist for the past 32 years, that has been insecurity in the defense force.
So obviously the people can go to your YouTube channel and watch the full. This is like a 41-minute video. I watched it. I watched a couple of the videos, and it's an excellent video. I felt that you spoke a lot about crime in this video specifically, which that really touched a person.
Sure.
When you look at the facts and what's happening
Only
in the country.
facts.
Only facts. I'm a guy
Facts.
that speaks about
Only
stuff that I see in the
Only
economy.
I spoke this morning.
Yes. Now, for me, when you spoke about this, the one thing that came up, Bekitshele, incompetence.
Sure.
I'll tell you now. What if? Because when you see these guys on TV, they are happy. When they go to a party, they hug each other.
Sure.
What are they celebrating? The country is fucked up. Sorry, Pastor. Sorry.
Yeah.
The country is...
Yes,
they're killing the farmers that feed us.
Sure.
We can't go... I mean,
sure. Whoa.
You were delayed when you came now for half an hour. You said you
Because
went
of
to what place you went?
Khayelitsha.
Because of what people got
and
killed.
tomorrow, I'm on my way to Robertson.
Yes.
Why?
So, they say crime doesn't pay.
Jy betaal.
Crime pays.
Jy
You
betaal.
also in the security.
Jy
I
betaal.
saw there
Yes.
in what is this place? In Somerset.
Yes.
You guys have this night thing
Yes,
that you
we
walk
have a
around.
CRU unit. We have now we have an anti-hijack unit, and I can tell you, kom ek en jy, Selwyn, ons praat reguit.
Okay.
I don't get a lot of people that interview me that wants to talk straight.
We will straight praat. This is Khaled, we keep it raw.
Now the other day,
you know.
they took a video of mine and they said to me, I call colored people barbaric.
All right.
Right.
I actually have it here. I want to play a clip because that is actually the reason why, and you'll see the videos right at the top.
Yeah.
Can I play this quickly? I just want to play this now.
People of this country, the brown, the colored, the Khoisan, ons kleerling gemeenskap is besig om te vervrot.
Yes.
Kom Kaap toe.
Yes.
Kom Kaap toe.
Hanover Park,
Abstap maar seker.
Mitchellsplein, Tafelsig, Makassar, Delft, Belhar, Bonteheuwel, Gangsters Paradise.
Okay, that is also on your... So let's talk about this because this video, when I saw this video a while ago, this thing got thrown out of... Because people said that you were actually... it was humiliating for the colored men. So what did you mean by this? I mean, serious.
It's a 52-minute video. What I say there is the following.
So the snippet.
No, let hom in context gesny.
Okay.
Guyton McKenzie.
You think it's Guyton?
No, I don't think so. No, he then posted it.
Oh, why did okay.
No, he posted it.
Did he post it?
Yeah, it was a cheap shot.
Is it?
Because what he wanted to do was to say that I am attacking the colored community of Cape Town, but what he forgot was I come from there.
Okay.
I come from there.
So
what did I say? I said the coloreds of this country have been thrown away.
Is that what you...
They've been thrown away.
All right.
That's what I said.
Okay.
And then directly afterwards, and jy kan nie stry met my nie. Dis die waarheid. Because who's the colored leader in this country? Ellen Boesak. Hy's weg. Pieter Maree. Show me the colored leader. Show me the white leader. Show me the Indian leader of this country. Waar's hulle? Die boere het nie 'n leier nie, meneer. Die coloreds het nie 'n leier nie. And the Indian population of this country have no leader. Where are they? So you have become me. We have become a thrown away grouping of minorities. So what I said that day was I was absolutely gutful of a leaderless color population, a leaderless white population, and a leaderless Indian population because we have become the thrown away. The majority loves the fact that we don't have leadership. Now be honest with me, Selwyn. Give me a name. Want ek wil daai bra. Ek wil hom ontmoet my broer. Wie's dit? Wie's jou leier? Who's your leader?
That's why I try to speak to all these guys, including yourself.
Sure.
To figure out what the hell is going on in this country.
So wait, I'm going to sketch a scenario because now we're getting into something which I've never mentioned.
Okay.
Let's make a tent, ek en jy. Ons vat 'n tent.
Ja,
right?
Kampen.
Ons vat 'n tent.
Alright.
Ons slaan hom op. Ons sit stoele maar in 'n sirkel in daai tent.
Okay.
Is jy by my?
100%.
You're going to braai and make the potjie.
Yeah.
I'm going to pay for the microphone.
Okay.
But there's only 28 seats.
28.
And it's in a circle. Who are those 28 seats? So those 28 seats represent the diverse nation of the diverse cultures of this republic. Xhosa het 'n seat. Khoisan het 'n seat. Griqua het 'n seat. Zulu has a seat. Bafokeng has a seat. Pondo has a seat. Coloreds have a seat. No. Boere seat. Indian seat. Because remember, we are culture. Who's taking up your seat? Because I'll tell you, I know who's the Zulu king. Well, the Kleiner Wiki. I know who's the Xhosa king. I know who's the king of the Royal Bafokeng. I know Sekau is the king of the Pondo. Wie is die Griekwa koning? Elke ou met 'n springbokvelletjie hoor.
Listen to this now.
So sorry, Selwyn?
100%.
We can't even find a united leadership. And now they divide us. No, sorry, ek wil gou daai klaar maak.
Yeah.
One, I said, the coloured people of this country, dis my mense. I protect them. Ek beklei side by side. Jeremy Weary is not a white guy. Andre is, that was my broers. What I said is they threw us away. En toe sê ek, hier kom die barbare. Jy vat klippe, en dan gooi jy die polisie met klippe, in Hanover Park. En dan dryf jy SAPS uit. Né? Maar môre kom klaar jy, daar is die polisieering nie. As jy 'n gangster is in hierdie land, jy's 'n barbaar. As jy kinders doodskiet, jy's 'n barbaar. Of jy nou wit of swart of Indiër of kleerling is, en jy skiet 'n kind. Hoor gaan vir my Selwyn, jy's 'n barbaar. En jy moet soos 'n barbaar gehanteer word. And that was what I said in 52 minutes. But what I did was, they said, daai een en daai een. I reject it.
Yeah. Look, I mean,
that's why I went on Cape Flies Radio.
All right, with
Stanley. That's why a very good friend of mine, you can tape it, myself and Fadil of CCC, no matter what you say, we were in the trenches together in politics. Okay. So he was on that station with me and he said, I'll vouch for that guy. Fadil said, I will vouch for Neil. Yeah. So I'm telling you, they tried to divide us. I
think Fadil was going through a difficult time.
Very bad.
Look, I know Fadil personally.
Yes.
I spoke to Fadil a number of times. We pried together. We actually made a spit pie together.
Yes.
And I saw the work he does in the community. I think we are so divided over the years, and you can understand this. I mean, you're not from today. You're not a born free.
Sure.
I think when I realized Father's going through this, and I read through all the stuff that you see on social media, now he got this job as a counselor and he's getting paid. Sure. I mean, but he still has to do the work. I mean, he must go and he must still do the CCC thing. He must still go to the community, and so it's a CCC thing, and he must work for government, and so die goed wil gedoen wees.
Yes.
I mean, nothing is free.
And sorry, can I tell you something? We're human, eh?
Yeah,
I make mistakes.
Everyone makes mistakes.
I make 8 to 12 mistakes probably a day.
Yeah, I think.
But the one thing I do right.
Yeah, you're gonna forget about that.
Yes.
So, do you think the way that Fadil's being now scrutinized, attacked? I mean, you guys got like less than 2 years left, isn't it?
18 months.
18 months left. Yes. If we look at the numbers, yes. I go over numbers.
Yes. Stats.
Numbers don't lie. Yeah.
No, stats.
Fadil's is gonna get more difficult. Because obviously those behind the scenes, they want to see this thing fail. I mean, you guys got ANC, Ramaphosa got, they got 4549 seats, municipal seats, right, in the last elections.
Yes.
DA got 1494, EFF got 982, IFP, and so we go on. UDM, I think they lost, eh?
Very bad.
51. The Good Party, 45. Yes. Congress of the People, I don't know. Then Action SA, fairly new party, 2020.
Yes.
You guys also 2020.
Yes.
They got 90.
Yes.
You guys got 4.
Yes. They got 50 million. I got 1.
Okay, now.
Yeah. So one has to ask, who's funding who?
Okay,
and
100%. We're going to talk about that now.
Yeah.
In the category of the ideologies,
yes.
You said centrism. Explain that for our viewers.
Yes.
What is centrism? Because just to give it some perspective, the political alliance,
yes.
Patriotic Alliance, sorry,
yes.
Social Democracy Third Wave. Now, just keep in mind Third Wave. Action SA says liberalism, environmentalism, yes. Right?
Yes.
Mosiala Kota, social democracy, social liberalism.
And lost a lot.
Yes. The ANC says African nationalism, social democracy. I think they must actually say condolism. Because they are condom laws. It means the economic freedom fighter says left-wing populism, pan-Africanism. Yes. And then the DA says economic liberalism, social liberalism. Yes. Wat is allemaal die liberalism?
Ja, nee, dis 'n klomp katten. Dis 'n klomp mos.
But there's so many terms.
You know what? Can I tell you? I didn't make a human rights video yesterday.
Okay.
And you will probably find in my history, Selwyn, I'm one of the people that fought for it the most. Why did I not do one yesterday? I'll tell you what. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist in this country anymore.
Of course not.
Because we allow 32 people to be murdered in the Western Cape in the past 3 days.
Why do you think they allow it? Honestly, I mean, you are in politics.
Sure.
And
these
guys, you've been in security for many
yes.
years.
Yes.
What do you think, for our viewers, what is happening in this country?
We are cross. We are frustrated. We have no hope. We have a leaderless society, and we have a non-caring leadership. Peki Tsele, Wiki Tafelki Tsele, Peki comes to Khayelitsha. Last week, when they shot 5 people, last night, another 6 assassinated. He makes a statement, and he says, we are going to make it our priority to hunt the people down that murdered this 5 and the 18 Manenberg, the 8,
yes,
the 4 in Strand, the 3 in Tafelsig.
Okay.
Maar hy sê niks. And you know what's the funny? He goes to Manenberg, met sy 30,000 guns and 300 meters. While he's standing there, they shoot another guy.
I read.
No, but can you imagine?
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
It's lawlessness.
So,
as for
so we have, you know, I have a CRU unit that goes out at night. We went 6 weeks Mitchell's Plain, 4 weeks Tafelsig, 8 months Luandle.
They say crime doesn't pay. Who's paying for that unit to go out?
Yes, me.
Okay.
The beer. 52 men and women. Do you know what our stats are? Police stats. 8 months Luandle, from the top 30, we took them down to 0. 72% less crime. You know why? Hit them hard. Okay. You take my rights away, né? I'll take yours. Ons kry 'n ou, Selwyn. Hy's doodgeskiet nou. Sy beste vriend skiet hom 3 keer. Né?
Okay.
Hy lê daar. CRU police kam. Ons vind uit wie hom geskiet, sy beste pel.
Okay.
He was in the same gang, he left the gang, he joined another gang, they told his best friend, kill him. So he goes up to him, he says, do you have a cigarette for my enkie? Toe hy sy sigaret uithaal, skiet sy beste pel vir hom 3 keer. Dood. Nee, wow. Nou jaag ons hy ou.
Alright.
Nou kry ons hom. You know what he's busy doing? Die bloed lê op sy klere. Wie wat sy besig om te doen?
Weer uit te trek.
Hy is besig om 'n polony sandwich te maak. In sy kombuis, my broer. Hy het nou die ou doodgeskiet hier, dood, né? In die gesig. He's making himself a bologna sandwich. What's that?
It's not normal.
It's not normal.
So if you look at the children that got murdered, I mean, I saw Cyril Ramaphosa in Elsies when he came to that girl's house. When they killed that girl, you know, he made a speech there. He said they're going to speeden up things, they're going to change this and change the laws and all these things. A lot of children died after the fact. I personally felt that we must bring back the death penalty because these guys are not normal. This is monsters. That even in our own families you can find.
Gangster. Gangster is not a evil man. Gangster was your friend.
Yes.
Gangster grew up with you in a school.
100%.
Gangster was your neighbor.
I want you to understand this. I grew up in Clark.
Yes.
What we saw those years, I was in my car met pangas en kappen, misgastikken en glaven, en zappen hier, all these snacks are good. But what I'm saying to you now is, those years gangsters, they don't go and stick you in a mess and they rob you with the gedachte.
But whoa.
What we see now is drugs.
But go deeper. Go John. John played cricket with you at primary school.
John Steenhuisen?
Nee, some John. Yeah. John's yes. Mikey.
Yeah, alright.
What happened to John?
Okay.
But you turned out okay. What made John, and please, Don't now cut this.
No, I won't cut this.
I'm not condoning gangsterism.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
But I'm an intellectual, Selwyn. You know what I did?
Yeah.
I went deeper. I wanted to know what made John at 14 years old in Tafelsig become a gangster. What made him do that? Is it because he was influenced? Is it because he's evil born? No, sir. It is a social inequity that kill our people's minds. So when I speak to gangsters, of course I do.
Yes.
I know them.
Yeah.
I don't fight them always.
Yeah.
I want to know because this is an intellectual. Wat het jou so gemaak?
Ja.
Is jy so, nou hoor jy ma sê, my kind was nooit so. My kind was nooit so nie. But here's the story.
Okay.
Because you will relate. Die 13-jarige laaitie, wat in Menenberg bly, het nie 'n pa nie. Hy het net 'n ma. Hy vat sy BMX. Hy ry om die hoek. 'n Ou roep hom en hy sê vir hom, as jy hierdie pakkie vat,
Delivered, yeah. 100%.
kom terug man. Now he gets what? He gets a 50. Do you know what he does with that 50? Broodmelk. Hy's nou die pa nie huis. Sy maak hom huis toe, daar's brood. Nou sê die ou vir hom, vat nog 'n pakkie man. This becomes what? I'm not making up excuses.
It's an income now.
And one day, that same guy says to him,
Hey, betalen we die ouens, ja. 100%.
skiet hy ou, en hy kry 1000.
En ek kry nommer by.
Now I'm asking you,
Ja. 100%.
was that guy evil from
No.
birth?
He was made
Or
evil.
did society do this?
Society did that, but also leaders did that. Now, I'm gonna
Yes, sir.
just
Yes, sir.
a small picture. We fix roofs all over,
Yes.
right? And
That's your intelligence.
Yeah, this is
You
what
gather
I
it.
look at.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
So now I'm standing on the roof. When I get there, a lot of these affluent people, sometimes you find them in the garden. Now you can go to wealthy people and you'll see the fantastic garden. You'll see, it's nice. You don't see artificial grass. You see proper grass.
Sure.
It's not,
Takes money.
it takes money to make money, right? But I think what they did was, number one was, hulle het mense bo mekaar gelaat bly. Cramped it up.
Sure.
You go to a Clark Estate, you go to a Menenberg, you go to all these townships, hot spots where the crime is it's just resonating.
Yes.
You'll never see gardens. So when God, I'm talking about this because I'm always trying to reflect on the Bible and the Word of God. Because dis waar alles vanaf my gebeur. Cain hulle vir Abel frik gemaak, and we must understand who's Cain and what happened to Abel. Why did Abel fail and he got killed and now sit us in this situation. And then Seth came along and hoekom het Adam niks gemaak nie? Maak jou bly frik and you don't do anything. God put a mark on him and all these things. We must understand everything was created. And then they created men. Then only. So if the garden was there and we got banished out of the garden and we become bad and we work ourselves to the bone and there's no hope, and you go to rich people's houses and you fix the roof and you see, you aspire to that because in the garden, in the trees, Jesus prayed in the garden of Gethsemane. Before hy doodgemaak word, gaan bid. So to have a garden, to have trees around you, a tree speaks about life. Sure. We breathe because of trees and plants. That's where we get our oxygen from, and vice versa. But if you go to these townships, they don't see that. Cyril must stop these masks and give the people in the townships masks because of the sewage. Sure. Because of you go there, I drive past, you can't, it's unbearable. People live in that circumstances. So if you
there was no lockdown in Khayelitsha. There was no lockdown in Luanda.
And that's why I'd say, Wendy must tell me, hoeveel rastas is dood van COVID? Hoeveel straatmense is dood van COVID? How many prisoners died of COVID? Yeah. How many black people, white people, Indian people, colored people, Chinese people, foreigners died of COVID? So was the numbers, because numbers don't lie. Just like we dissected these numbers. So was the numbers. Why can't they show us the numbers?
So here's the thing. Who's the UIM? I'll tell you. Yeah, but I'll tell you what the UIM is.
Okay.
How did I decide to go from business, which I love, to politics? It was in Ivory Coast. You're very right. It was done overseas. That video.
Okay.
The first one.
All right.
Where was I? I was in a meeting of the International Fund for Africa,
about 2 years ago.
which I'm the president.
Okay.
I'm sitting in Ivory Coast, and what are we talking about? Well, we're talking about funding for Africa. What does the IFA do? We fund governments to build bridges, to build airports so that we can connect Africa, which, by the way, is my passion. I'm an African, right? Okay. I'm sitting in Ivory Coast. I've got the 12 members there on the board. You were a banker. That's how it works. There's an application. Ghana wants to build an airport. They don't have the money. We source the money. We give the government the money, and they pay us back like a bank. But I started it. My dream was build Africa. I'm sitting in that meeting as the president of the IFA to go and agree which countries we are funding. There are 3 applications from my country, and it gets turned down. Embarrassing, sad, moedig nou.
Why do they turn it down?
Because our country, the word from the credit controller, we junk.
Junk status. Okay.
How do you think I feel?
If Moody's were bad luck,
Yes.
and they create this junk status,
Yes.
which is a title,
Yes.
which is a stigma,
Yes.
which is something that you have to deal with.
Yes.
And Cyril Ramaphosa, Ismail Sule, whoever, Jacob Zuma, no one control the situation. Instead, I feel they sell out. Because
Well, their account's not junk.
100%.
Hulle persoonlike geld.
Listen, people got demoted. People got 70% of their initial salary before lockdown occurred. Before.
Yes.
People lost bonuses, all those things.
And then?
They got paid full salary.
And benefits.
You must remember, in the beginning, Julius Malema from the EFF, he went and he said, hey, we're going to take a pay cut. I looked at that thing and I think, yeah, I think it's dumb. So you're taking a pay cut, yet you're dropping into a salary bracket, which means you're going to pay less tax. Are you really getting a pay cut?
Yeah,
Come on, man.
And VBS?
No, I mean, we're done with VBS. We don't speak about VBS. This thing is gone. There's another story happening. Hey, Papa, we're not talking about VBS now. We're talking about this. We're talking about gun shooting. We're talking about. So these things are created so that people are in overload.
Sure.
They can't cope with all the news.
But here's the decision.
2 years ago in Lebanon, you saw that bomb that went off there.
Yes.
I promise you, I post that video on Facebook.
Yes.
A month later, we forgot about that thing.
That's right.
That thing came up. The Facebook reminds you every year. Yes. I looked at that thing and think, yeah, didn't it gebeur? And then we went to that, and Zuma went to prison and came out, and so there's so much information. Yes. People can't. The perception on the ground is we are hurtful. We don't want this anymore. Listen, you are a white man, right? I've got colored here, right? I don't want to be colored with a C. This thing must go. I spoke to Glenn Snyman. I'm not sure if you met Glenn Snyman. He wrote this book, The Blind Man's Race. He's busy with government. He's trying to fight. He's been on the news the whole time. So that they must scrape this thing off the Z83 form. We are all South Africans. I've got a brown suit. I love the suit. Hoekom kan ek nie... Hoekom moet ek colored wees met 'n C?
Maar hier's my ding. I'm you, man.
I'm you. I think, for me, really, the injustice of the past, it must stop. But we need to get to a point in time where we really, really sincerely go and say, listen, we need to stop. But politicians, they don't let go. They want to perpetuate this race thing to divide us and conquer us.
I have the actual reason why we are where we are.
Why? Tell us.
I'm telling you for the first time in public why.
Okay, why?
TRC.
TRC.
Let's go there.
So they felt that the TRC was only black people suffering. No. Is that okay?
We only got to T.
We only got to T. Okay.
We never got to R.
Explain yourself.
So I'm in a court. Because I was there.
Okay. Oh, you were there.
I'm in court. Yeah?
Were you a witness?
No, I had to go testify.
Oh.
Remember, we had to go testify. The ANC MK cadres.
Okay.
Had to go sit with the Eugene de Koks.
Oh, right.
Because we also had to go testify.
Okay.
And that was Madiba's move for reconciliation.
All right.
Because we kind of said, but we won.
Okay.
That's like the Germans at Nuremberg. The Americans didn't testify. It was the Germans, the Nazis. So we said to Madiba, how can you ask us also to go testify?
Yes.
He said for reconciliation. Now I want to give you a synopsis. First time ever on TV. Here it goes. You ready? You ready for the truth, my brother?
Yes.
Kan ek hom spel?
Tell me.
Right. Die Waarheids- en Versoeningskommissie. Belangrike woorde. Waarheid, versoening.
Okay.
Truth, reconciliation.
Okay.
Now, can you imagine two things? Mevrou van Sail sit in die hof, Marietjie. Die comrade Sipho of Luandle of Uvuyu is there telling the people in court how we blew up the Wimpy. And in that Wimpy was Anne-Marie, Marietjie's daughter.
Okay.
For the first time in her life, she meets the person
That killed the daughter.
that killed her daughter. Am I there?
Yes.
Right. Half an hour later, Sergeant Dievenage is in court explaining how he murdered the 22-year-old Vuyu and Vuyu's mom, Sasanda. He's sitting in that court, seeing the murderer, the security policeman, the vlakplaas officer who murdered her son. Maar weet jy wat? Marietjie sit daar en Asanda sit hierso.
Okay.
And they both are mothers.
Okay.
No matter your politics. Both lost kids. And now they see the murderer. Now what was supposed to happen? Someone go with me here, please. They were supposed to leave the court. They were supposed to mourn. They were supposed to be mad. And they were supposed to be a mother that lost a child. And a month later, there would have been a knock at the door. And it would have been the TRC commissioner coming and saying, now that you know Sergeant Dievenage, and now that you know Sianda, would you like to meet them?
All right.
Would you like to meet the person that killed your son, that killed your daughter, and would you like to reconcile?
Yeah, and get
Can I tell you what happened? The call didn't come. The knock didn't go on the door. 30 years later, daai wond is daar.
Ja, druk jou vinger in.
Want daai tannie
Ja.
sit en sy haat die swart ou. Daai swart tannie haat die boer. Now you tell me, I must get on with it. You know what's the problem in this country? We never had it out. The colored population on the farms was never brought to a hall and had them get up and go to the boer. Jy het my gesweep, jy het my geslaan, jy het my geabuse. Ons is nog steeds op jou plaas, maar ek wil my hart uitpraat. Ek wil nie vir jou meer sê baas nie. Ek wil vir jou sê Kobus. Kobus, jy het ons baie sleg hanteer. Kan ons nou... When did that happen, sir? So wait a minute. Do you understand that the colored population, the white population, the black population, let's call it the Indian population, I can't wait for the day I don't have to say that. Never had it out. But you'll see every year, Selwyn, a little bit of that eruption, a little bit of that. Dis hy potjie, en hy stew, en so elke 50 minute hoor jy net so plap. Dan het ons 'n rasse incident in Senekal. Dan het ons dit, dan het ons 'n Robertson, dan het ons you know why? We never had it out. Yes or no?
I think the country is under tremendous pressure in terms of a psychological. Remember all the things we saw, all the.
Yes.
I mean, for me to see someone, I saw when I dropped my son off at school, there was a massive accident. It's not ongeluk. We saw people being shot and killed, and I'm sure with your whereabouts, you go out and about every night, you see funny things.
Yes.
We are tone deaf, tone down.
You know what?
It's just normal.
Murder has become part of our life.
100%. That's why I say we need to have at least a discussion around
Reconciliation. So
I would first say yes, reconciliation. I would say we need the death penalty because that guy would think twice, unless he's suicidal. But we need
ask me
people.
Ask me the question. Do I support the death penalty?
Do you support it?
Not at all.
Why not?
Because you are going to give Becky Cele the right to sentence me to death. You are going to give a South African court, like they are today, the right to sentence people to hang. Until we haven't sorted out the justice system, I am not going to allow you to have the right to sentence me to death. Because can I tell you, activists like me, ek is eerste.
Yeah, but then at the end of the day, if you make that bold statement, then it contradicts the fact that you have a belief that you will become, up there in government.
So ask the question differently. Sorry, ask it differently.
So for me,
am I in support of the death penalty?
Are you in support?
Yes, sir.
100%.
Am I currently willing to invoke it?
You are such a politician.
No.
I just want people. Yes. People must. Politicians must understand, with all the things that we went through, all the crime. I mean, people were robbed of their livelihoods in the last 2 years. Sure. They got robbed. Their jobs, they took their jobs away. Yes. Yet these fools, they throw out red carpets.
So why don't we remove them? Why did we vote them in again?
Because I'll tell you now, and I'm going to try and make it as brief as possible.
Yes.
2 years ago, when we could go to the mall, at the N1 City Mall, listen to this.
Appetizer. Appetizer. 0 LK. Maar los hom vir 'n week, hy gis my brood.
Listen to this. I went to the mall to pay in money at the ATM. There were 4 lines for the different banks, right? And so I went to because ek wil nie in die bank gaan nie. It's the banks open like what, 8:30 or whatever it is, 9 or whatever. Yes. So I told this guy at the gate, the security, listen, ek wil gou by die ATM geld inbetaal. It's sommer by die ATM. He said to me, no, you must wait in the queue. The queue is long. I can't wait. I must go work. There's a black guy that came, and he said to him, and he's standing next to me, so he's also arguing with him, hey, I must go to the toilet. So he says to him, listen, if you go to the toilet, you got to walk around the mall. Management is going to blame me, you let me into the mall. So this guy just said, hey, Baba, and he walked through. And so I said, no, I'm not going to tolerate this. So I just walked through. Don't touch me. Go with. No? I paid the money. I promise you, I came out with a slip. Mense, many slippy. And I showed the slips to the people standing in the queue. I said, guys, look here. Nothing happened. The people were standing in that queue. The bakkie was right over there. I got into the bakkie. I sat there for a couple of seconds and I looked at the people, disciplined, standing in the queue. And that is how far people has been indoctrinated. People will not disobey the law. When it comes to
the majority,
because you've been enslaved for years, you've been trained. I tell you now, Cyril gives 350s.
Yes.
You mentioned something in one of the videos, the amount of billions that they're gonna have to borrow from the international banks.
Well, how much they have already?
Besides how much they have, they must still extend this thing because they're going to pay for the next 10 months, I think. How much money they must borrow to pay the 350s? Now, this I tell
46 billion.
This 46 billion.
A year.
Right? We paid.
So we've extended.
Yes.
11 million people to get 350. It's 42 billion.
This is for me the biggest fraud. That's what I see from a person working on a roof, normal business, right? You loot, you break Transnet, you break SAA, you break the NEL. Sure. You fix it with tenders, Baba. Listen to me now.
Yeah.
You go, you borrow money to pay this lifestyle, and you get the tenders, or your friends and friends. Doctors, they get tenders. It's fucking, you sanitize schools, and you build 100 graves in Joburg. Yeah. There's not 1 million graves you build. Né? There's not 1 million dead. There's about over 60,000, I believe. They created this loophole. Sure. They get the money from government. They put out tenders. Sure. You give 350s. The 350s end back in their pockets. So you are creating a looting scenario. Yes. Now the ANC is so fair verloor, they only have Eastern Cape. They built, we saw that, wat is die ding wat hulle gebou het daar, sports, ding is
Die sportveld.
Sportsveld.
Ja.
Now, Patricia Law went there. Yes. No, was it last month? So went there to have this billion multi ding wat hulle gaan bou. And apparently she had to hide in the toilet.
Yes.
Because hulle wil verneek het.
Ja.
Now they say no, that's not really what happened. They spoke to the community or the business people that wanted to get their hands on the tender because they were scared government's going to get it. Now the ANC is left with one kingpin in this whole country, South Africa. They've got Eastern Cape left. Now suddenly something has happened in Eastern Cape because of the tenders.
Sure.
So the 350s will end up back in the white monopoly's pocket as data, as cost, as in alles wat hulle koop, petrol, diesel, there's VAT and tax loaded on. So the money ends back in the pockets of those giving the money. Don't people understand? I think we must vote right. I think people must, I say, you vote for the party that's the least exposed.
No. I want to add what you said.
Because crime and corruption.
I got a seat in Cape Town, I got a seat in Joburg, and I got a seat in Durban.
Okay, that's 4.
I had 60 days.
You had 4 seats, you only mentioned 3 now.
Yeah, they took one away.
They took it away, why?
Yeah,
they robbed you?
They robbed me. They gave 20 away.
Yeah, but you, for security,
I contested.
you got robbed.
I contested.
You got robbed.
And they were thrown away. Why? because the IEC is not independent.
Oh, but we know that for years.
So why am I in a recount now? Can you imagine? 6 months after the elections,
who's paying for the recount?
Cape Exit Party got a court order for recount.
And?
9 stations.
Okay.
Now it's this week.
All right.
Now isn't it funny that 3 months ago we had a recount as well? I gained 180 votes.
Okay.
That's in 6 VDs. Now if you miss 120 in 6 recounts, how much did you miss in 60?
Hey,
but then the IEC said, they said, subscribed, time lapsed. No, where am I? I'm not a distractor like Julius.
Okay.
I'm a disruptor. That's a groot verskil. I don't go to the parliament, take a hammer, and try to remove a statue. That's destruction.
Ek het gevoel dat Piet so poot staan so en hulle
hy wil hom terugbuig.
Ja, hy wil hom terugbuig.
Dit gaan sê. Dis wat hy gaan sê.
The sad reality was there were policemen there with guns.
You stand
but they were scared because they had a hammer.
Ja, hulle so gemoer het want daar was patrone en nie kan nie my bro.
But that was for me.
No.
Look, I want to talk about this, right? Whether there's a lot of koi kings and koi sons and all these things, right? I'm trying to get one of those kings. I got his number to do something with him. No, he'll explain to me. But the king, van die koi son, alleged king in the Union Building, they dragged him because of the dacha that he's planting there. En Cyril het conveniently in sauna.
Hy was in 'n tent, hy het in 'n tent buite gebly.
Ja, dit was hulle gaan in die tent meer as hoeveel jaar nou, meer as 3 jaar dink ek.
Nie so lank.
Ja.
Ek dink die bokke groei.
Ja. So they dragged him and when I watched that video it was really funny.
Cyril, in your next function for whatever president you're hosting, gaan koop 'n paar bokke daar by die koi daar by die Unie gebou en maak jy small business enterprise investment.
But the bokko is the best. The bokko is better than
the sheep.
No. It's better than the New Zealand.
Yes.
The bokko is the best.
No. So when I was with the Springbok rugby team, you know I was, né? And I won a World Cup.
Ja, jy was saam met
Pieter de Villiers.
Pieter de Villiers het hom gepraat.
My coach.
I think Pieter got a very bad deal in terms of the social media and what
they tried to destroy us. Because how can you, how can you have a coloured coach win a World Cup? And we did, sir.
He did his job.
We did.
I felt sorry for him when he ended up in Zimbabwe as a coach.
Yes.
Not that Zimbabwe is stuck. It's just they all live here.
Sure.
So
you should have coached here.
Yeah. So
because if you wanted to coach the Zim.
Yeah. So I really felt for him. I spoke to him. We did an interview. I think it was last year. And I really felt sorry for what they did to him.
Yes.
They should have elevated him. You know, the same with Benny McCarthy. Benny's a Thomas Loss. You must pray for him. But I can't game win. They don't want to give the guy an opportunity.
I said to Peter, coach, as niks fout met jou mondjie. Is jou back.
Yeah.
Maar hier, rugby brain.
Yeah, I think
so sometimes.
Yeah, that is maybe
but take it from me.
Yeah.
One of the best rugby minds of
I mean, and he's actually qualified to do the job. I felt so sorry for him.
Yeah.
Like
What
if
did
they
you
can
say
do
now?
it,
Stats don't lie.
stats don't lie.
Go look at his stats.
He's
60% win.
But then at the end of the day, if they did that to him,
Yeah.
now die ou sit daar by die Union Building, lekker, hy plan sy dagga, dinge lekker, kinders gaan skool. I read the article. The wife said they going to school and they were in fear of their lives. They sent the police. Cyril Ramaphosa sent the police. Hulle het hy man getrek, het vasgehou aan die dagga. I've got the video, I can play it for you. Vasgehou aan die dagga. What I saw was that guy actually had, hy het nie geweet die police gaan kom nie. Hy het 'n velletjie aangehad. G-string. People don't realize that the G-string, that the woman, they put a G-string. Het kom van die kooi in die sand. Ja, die Bushman. Bushman alle.
It's a fashion trend. But someone, can I tell you why I said this Saturday that we are failed state?
Yeah.
I used the word failed state.
Yeah.
There are certain markers that qualify you to be a failed state. And I said, one of the biggest things that make a state fail is that you don't have hope anymore.
What do you think?
You don't have hope.
How will UIM fix the failed state?
Yes, unity. That is your new emblem. I don't know if you know it.
Nee, jy kan nie.
1994, the new emblem of our country has Khoisan on it.
Yeah.
3/4 of this country don't know it. What does Karateka stand for?
Tell me.
Unity in
How many
diversity.
languages do you speak?
7.
7.
Wys of my. Unity in diversity.
And that was it.
Unity in diversity. So this is so you got you're a white guy that speaks Xhosa, that loves my people. I am not going to make my politics, racial, because I can't. Because a true leader of a country where there are more cultures in diversity, I'm sorry, I can't fight just for one race. Because if the hope and the dream of this country, Selwyn, is the Republic of South Africa, then it's every one of us. Now, do you have a leader that's compassionate, that can stand in Menenberg, that can stand in Umtata, and that can stand in Welkom in Brandfort, and that can speak the language of them all? And by the way, one more thing, that loves them all. Do you really have someone like that?
I think, look, you must understand where I'm coming from, right? Ek is gatvol van politics and fake pastors.
But don't you think then it's time to get a business guy like me that comes from war?
Cyril came highly recommended as a
but he
businessman.
was never a businessman.
Cyril, I think Cyril is a union brand. What he did in I lived in Rustenburg.
Sure.
Die myne was net as
Cyril Ramaphosa didn't build one business.
He allegedly
He got
gave the instruction on email for them to shoot those miners. We don't speak about those things.
No, Selwyn, sorry, I must interrupt your own program.
Okay.
You said something critical.
Yeah?
You left a corporate business. Yes or no?
Yes.
You were okay there.
I got
You were
paid
management.
very, very well. Yeah.
You were management.
Very, very well.
Now, you left. You started your own business. There's balls, right?
Yes.
Now, whoa, stop now. You took overdrafts. You took loans.
I didn't take any
No,
loans.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
You had to build
In fact,
a
they
business.
repossessed my car.
You had to build a business. Did you know about profit and loss?
Yeah.
Did you know about tough times? Now I'm asking you.
You're not used to the. You get paid when the business makes profit.
Sure.
Because when you work for a company, you get paid every month religiously on the 20th, on the 25th, on the 27th, on the 1st, on the end of the month.
Maar jy by die 22 jy begin te kap.
Papa, you man.
22nd. Want jy weet 25 te loop hy.
Yeah.
So I'm asking you, look at me.
Yes.
What business did he build?
Yeah.
You see, this is the problem we've got in this country.
We've got politicians that's appointed.
We've got a person
Yeah.
that we voted in
Yeah.
because everybody told us He's a successful businessman. And if he's a successful businessman, he can only have success in running the country. He never started his own business.
Yeah.
So, whoa.
Yeah.
He got given MTN. He got given McDonald's.
Wat Given says, ja.
My broer, gee my 2% van MTN. Inshallah. Hoor gou vir my. I'm happy. I went through bankruptcy, sir, like Donald Trump. I lost. They repoed my house. I had to start from scratch. Dis hierso. As hy toe daai sheriff knock toe sê ek is jy een. Jy moet 10 bring my broer. Maar as jy net vir uitsit nie. Whoa. Listen to me. You don't get success without failure. Say it again.
Don't get successful without failure.
No, you don't. So when you look at this country, you don't need a guy, that talks kak man. You need a guy that says, hoor gou vir my, gangsters skiet gangsters, né? Ek kan niks doen nie.
Ja.
Maar gangsters skiet kind.
Ja.
Jy gaan gemoer word. Luister gou vir my. I'm telling you right now, what does this country need? It needs hope, Selwyn. It needs jobs.
Yeah.
Now, whoa. Sit geld in die man se sak. Because I'll tell you, when I feed 5,000 people, hoor gou, every week. Do you know about it? Selwyn?
I saw
No.
on social
Do I
media.
profess it?
No,
sir.
I saw on a thread.
Yes.
Where someone now.
Whoa, stop gou.
Ek wil
vir
jou sê.
net een ding, dan vat jy oor.
Okay.
I feed 5,000 human beings in the Western Cape, 52 soup kitchens. And a guy told me the other day, he said to me, when did you start it? I said 2 years ago, long before politics. He said, Neil, why do you do it? Why do you take 5 tons of vegetables from Kraaifontein?
It's human.
I said, can I tell you why?
To help people.
No. Klein dogtertjie, 11 jaar oud,
Ja.
Ocean View Estate, Tupperware bak. So. Nee man.
Kan doen.
Nee. En weet jy wat? Sy wag. Sy wag donderdag. Sy wag vir haar sop. Luister gou vir my. Who the fuck are you
Sorry, Pastor.
to stand here in a country and not have a heart?
Exactly.
Where we forgot that there's a little girl that's 11 that has a meal a week. Now, can I tell you, ek krak gat vol, because I've got to pay the petrol, I've got to pay the trailer, I've got to pay the guys to go fetch that. And you know, when it's raining, Selwyn, then my guys come to me and I say, moet ons dit vandag doen? Dan sê ek, if we don't do it, today, dan gaan jy eet nie. Well, what's that got to do with politics?
It's hard, yeah. I think
Maybe that's the answer.
I think also, look, I mean, 2 years of lockdown, and it's been extended to loot further, right?
Nog 'n maand.
Now, I tell you,
Sorry for the swearing.
sorry, Pastor, say sorry,
Pastor. Inshallah. Shukra. Maar, sorry man. Ons praat uit die hardheid vandag.
Yeah, that's what I wanted from you, you know, that's why it's raw, it's not, you know.
Yeah. Non-scripted, by the way.
For me, the fact is that Cyril Ramaphosa, he went dancing in another country, he came back and then he got sick, apparently. I don't know if
No, he didn't.
Alright.
True.
In the last 2 years, have you ever seen his wife, the First Lady, give out soup?
Nothing.
In Menenberg,
Masks.
in Kailitsa, in Soweto? Come on. So, what are we? We are plebs in the... Why don't she reach out? For me, the people that they appoint, the quality of ministers. If you look at a guy like Fikile Mbalula, I promise you, my business is not a big business. But that bra is a clown. He's a comedian. He can maybe become a Ukraine president.
Yeah.
That guy is on Facebook.
But rather Ukraine, not yet.
Yeah, you must maybe go. You must go to that country that you guys went to during apartheid. You guys went to XL. Where is XL? You must tell us where this country is. You must send them back. They came from XL.
Yeah.
I don't know if Fikile Mbalula was in prison or if he was in XL, if he was in the army. I don't know. But this guy is on Twitter.
Yes.
Every day, the whole day. He's on Facebook every day, the whole day. Now, how can you run a portfolio to be on social media every day, the whole day?
But you agree? You agree a tweet fits on Twitter?
A tweet fits on Twitter?
Because he's Mr. Fix It What?
He's
Fix what?
Cyril said he's now is the fixer. He's the field Now Cyril,
no, Cyril uses the same language.
Cyril said, but now a while ago, when Nazim Paulson said something about Fokol, and then he had to apologize.
Yeah.
Now Cyril comes and says Fokol. I think he got it from
Pixar.
I actually wrote a poem about this, and I wanted to write this and say, and maybe you can maybe add to it.
Yeah.
Politicians will know AstroTurf. AstroTurf, for those who don't know, is artificial grass.
Yes.
AstroTurf is not real grass. So AstroTurf's got fuck all grass in it. Ice cream doesn't have ice in it, so ice cream got fuck all ice.
Sorry,
Pastor. I'm gonna make another example, and maybe you can add on.
Yes.
If Cyril feared fuck all, why didn't he make Matt Cloudy president? Because Matt Cloudy wanted to be president.
Exactly.
If Cyril Ramaphosa feared Fokol, why didn't he make Benny McCarthy coach of Bafana?
Yes.
Why did they put the wrong people? If Cyril feared Fokol, why didn't give that colored guy at Selderats a new job? Now, maybe you didn't see that video.
Yeah.
This is something out of the I wanted to say, if Cyril Ramaphosa feared Fokol, why he fall asleep just before Joburg and Durban looting? And we must talk about that.
Sure.
Because he went just before the looting. He came up there, he was looking for his laptop. He was actually a zombie.
That was gone.
I thought he was a clone, or he got...
Sure.
They put something in him, I don't know.
Yeah, off that.
And then right after that, they looted this whole place. I don't believe the narrative that they were ill prepared. I believe the narrative that this was bound to happen. They looted over 200 malls. They burned it to the ground.
Yes.
They created havoc. They created this instability in the country, so that the rand must fall and all these things, and now we must borrow more money. In the end, who's getting rich? Who's getting wealthier? It's them.
Sure. So we owe the world. You know what's devastating is
Our children still going to pay that money.
They will never pay it back.
They made us slaves.
3 trillion.
They made us slaves. Yeah.
And can I tell you something, Selwyn? What's the end game? I'll tell you what's the end game.
They can fly off to another country with their children, go live there.
Yes, sir.
We can't afford.
Yes.
We must stick it out.
Yes.
I write poems a lot, guys.
Yes.
I'm writing the last poem.
Yes.
When a lion makes contact, it catches prey, and then it kills it and eats it. The eagle dives from the sky, gets its target, fly high up in the sky, drops it, so it's dead. The hyenas, they catch their prey, they eat it alive while the prey is alive. It is all biological. Now, in slavery, what they did to us, they make us, we are alive. If you go to prison, they give you millions and boinkies and food, enough food just to keep you alive. They pay people so little money to just keep you alive, barely alive, so that you remain a slave. The moment you got a lot of money, you will leave that job, isn't it? So we must keep you there in slavery. Now, what these politicians did to us over the years, they enslaved us. And I believe through the help of the banks. I don't know if you saw Sigmund Freud and his cousin. It's a slave system. Julius Malema must go to the banks and go look at all the title deeds that's with the bank. They think the Boere own all the land. Yes, a lot of it is paid off, but a lot of it is still bonded. Our houses are bonded to the banks.
Sure.
Go speak to the banks and ask them for those title deeds. But we know I feel personally, this is my opinion, that he is a sellout for the same slave masters that's trying to create havoc on this earth, in this country, so that people will never get that title deed, never get freedom, real freedom, never get out of debt. You have to trade that car in, year out, every 3 years. You start over again. So for me, a bond, they bound you. That's why they call it a bond. They enslave us, and it's the politician's job as a sellout to sell us out every day. Even the parliament was burnt to the ground. They have no dignity. They had to go into a hall, a city hall, and have their meeting there. It's not our house, massacres. Uncle, it's not our house. It's your house. You are politicians. Your guys burnt your house down. This is our place that we live, and we suffer here. We struggle out there with business. When government push the petrol up and they get over 60% per litre on taxes, rest assured, those people that you're trying to feed, it comes at a more expensive price. I've got pastors out there that feed people every day, every week, every month, without budget. And we've got politicians. I don't know if you saw that show of Thabo Mbeki. He says, I'm an African. His brother went onto SABC News for 18-minute video. I watched it. He says they created 39,000 millionaires in government. People that get paid over $1 million per annum. 39,000 is the most expensive government in the whole world.
But Selwyn,
it's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
What is the most critical question is why did I decide to enter this horrific industry?
That is what I wanted to ask you when I went through your CV and I thought, Here, what will you? Because for me, and this is what I wanted to ask you face to face, by looking in your face. I know, and I met with a lot of politicians. And a politician or a business person wanting to go into politics, it's for self-enrichment, it's for them to rise above and get in. Now you went from all these companies and you started and you became a counselor, a mere counselor. Don't you think, as a political party owner, because you're the president, you should have put someone else forward?
No.
Why did you go?
Because they don't have the balls.
Okay.
I know the enemy. I was in their house for 32 years. So was Moses. Moses was not an Egyptian. Moses was an Israeli. But he grew up in Pharaoh's palace. And when he had to move the people to the promised land, he knew the enemy. He knew Pharaoh's moves. I am but Moses.
You think you're Moses?
No.
Julius, Gaither McKenzie also perpetuated a similar message that he's going to free the colored people.
Who the hell is he?
You tell me.
Yeah, where does he come from?
You tell me.
Van die tralies over. Where does he get his money? So you see, you go back to Evie de Klerk saying you're forgiven. Maybe Gaitan did. But without the support of the world, I'm an international banker. You think they're going to give him $1 billion? You think Gaitan McKenzie is going to sit in Davos, da Schule das haben dann Weltgeld und dann sprechen sie out und Deutsch und dann geben Südafrika dem Geld? Do you really think someone will give a man with that credential 20 billion to rebuild the country? Nein, das ist nicht Schloss, das ist nicht geworden. I speak what? German. The world language. So I think a credible person that comes from a struggle history, that fought against racism and apartheid and gave away my life and my dignity, my family left me, that stood in business, traveled Africa, can sit here today and say, I'm not Moses. I'm not, as a lot of people say, the light. I am one South African that believes in my country, that believes that it is so stuffed up because of a lack of balls, leadership, and absolute guts. Now you can stand as Gaitan, and I have never met Gaitan. I've met Kenny Kuneni. But I have got no interest in Gaitan. Gaitan is probably like me. But Gaitan took a cheap shot.
That video?
Yeah, cheap shot. Okay. But it's funny that in Council of City, the PA and me work together. Isn't it weird? Now you can say I'm but a mere councillor. But go look what I have achieved in council in 3 months. I have achieved a lot as one guy.
What have you achieved?
One unity. We are sitting now as a group of more than 8 parties, yes, in a caucus. Yes, I might have 1 seat, but I speak to 20 leaders. Number 2, why does Belgravia Estate call me there when I'm not a councillor, but I'm a PR councillor in Somerset? Hoekom moet ek daar wees? I'll tell you why. I come from the ground. You call me, I'm there. I don't run away. Tomorrow I'll be in Robertson. Why am I going to Robertson? I'm going to Robertson because people have asked me to come to Robertson. Now, if you can't go where people call you, waar was ek Vrydag aand, meneer? Bulletproof gun. My community. So I'm not saying me, Gaitan, Herman Mashaba, Musimai Mani, I'm not saying I'm better. But I'll tell you one thing, and I'm going to prophesize today. You kom my. Is jy reg? ANC will win.
You think so?
ANC is going to win.
Okay.
ANC is going to win again.
You think so?
I don't think so, sir. I know it. Because the power of the dark side is massive. And you know who's going to make them win? Us. The sheep. T-shirt, cap, and can I quickly tell you? Here's my prediction. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Kosbakkies.
Nee, luister vir my. Ag meneer, luister vir my. They knocked us in the local government election. We told them, hoor gou, dis nag. We told them that. How does a political party, Selwyn, get it right to overturn the Supreme Court? How do you not register a quarter of your awards and then you get a second chance? Can I tell you how? You're in the IEC. Now, whoa. Are you really telling me as a sober human being that the African National Congress is going to give up power in this country? Nee, meneer, watter land is jy? This is not Sweden. Yeah. This is not Finland. This is the ANC. Now, hoor gou vir my. Let's say 48.
Yeah.
But kyk my. 48.
I don't believe you.
No.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I was there 32 years.
Right.
So I'm telling you now. I'm sorry. Dis nag. They're going to go 52, 54, and if they club 48.
National,
now I'm telling you now. Here's the results. Ladies and gentlemen. Here's the results.
The election
20. No, I'm going to call it.
Okay, call it.
2024.
Okay.
They're gonna win.
I think
they'll win outright or coalition. Who's the partner?
The EFF is gonna be the majority. Unfortunately, I believe that they are busy handing over to the EFF, and I think.
But then, how do you say they're not gonna win?
No. The EFF is gonna win.
But they need the ANC.
Yeah. So what's gonna happen is either gonna be a jump from the ANC to the EFF, or Julius is gonna drop Floyd and go back to the ANC in a leadership role, and the EFF is gonna.
But Selwyn,
it won't even be a
go back to the word I've just prophesied. They're going to win.
So we're not talking about the ANC anymore, because those years ANC and this ANC is two different things.
But then let's agree on a word.
This is going to be Julius Malema's ANC or
the
EFF.
dark side.
That is racist.
No.
Kenny Kunene called Julius Malema a kokoro.
Yes, like they did in Rwanda. But I'm asking you, do you fight for light or dark?
I mean.
Are you a warrior of light?
I am.
No, you're calling
color. I think the fact that everything light is right and everything dark is.
Are you a Christian?
Yeah, I love the Lord.
So then you're in the light.
Yes, but I think they
No, not racist.
They touch on because the moon on the dark side of the moon you don't see it, but the moon plays in the solar. I don't know if you're into numerology and all those things, which is quite profound.
But you asked me a question.
Yes.
Am I a son of God?
Yeah.
You're damn right.
You said you're Moses.
No, I'm not Moses.
Like Moses. Yeah.
I'm asking you a question. Are you in the light of God? Or are you in the dark of Satan?
I think.
Where are you?
I think
you can't be in the middle.
I think the way I perceive the question is black and white.
No.
And I need to.
No. So you are doing what we all do in this country.
Yeah. It becomes a bit.
I'm not interested.
So to unlearn that, it's quite difficult.
Yes.
And so I always try to self-correct in terms of what am I responding to. Understand?
So we have the light of justice.
Yeah.
And we have the dark of sin and Satan.
Do you think Cyril Ramaphosa made the right choice to appoint Zondo Commission? Just the Zondo Commission.
He didn't.
Because I felt.
Jacob Zuma did.
Is it?
Yeah, wrong. Jacob Zuma asked for the Zondo Commission.
No, not the Zondo. So to appoint Zondo.
Yes.
As the
Chief Justice.
Chief Justice,
Yeah, I know Zondo.
Is there?
I don't know him. I know of Zondo. He will only vilify himself the day they go to jail.
I feel that the Cyril rewarded him.
He must go. Well, here's the pendulum of justice. Does he or does he not go and tell Minister X, jail? we can only be, me and you, okay in the heart. If we see that leadership.
Over $1 billion spent, 3 books released.
Yes.
They call it, I saw it's a book.
Volume.
It's actually
Volume
it's
1, Volume 2.
yeah.
Maar is boeke.
Yeah, it's over $1 billion. And no one went to prison. Come on, man.
Yeah, man.
No one, not even one.
En daarom sê ek sê vir hom, Zai, jy vat ons vir jy vat ons my broer. Nou, whoa, hang on.
Over $1 billion spent.
Over $1 billion spent and found 2.3 trillion stolen.
Stolen, yeah.
What is our budget per year?
I think it's,
do you know what it is?
It's just over $1 trillion. I think
1.3 trillion is our annual budget.
Yeah.
They stole our budget in 2 years.
Yeah.
No.
Isn't it 4 years?
No, sir. Yo, 3 years, 2 years. What me and you know, they stole our budget. No. Question. When I got on stage, Selwyn, and I started to become politician, this man that had to stand in Gala and in Witbank and Welkom in Phoenix, and I stood there and I spoke. I didn't need the iPad.
You can just speak freely. From the heart, yeah. They read everything that's written for them.
Some people like it, some people don't. Now what I'm asking you is, I never said that I'm going to become president. I'm going to give it a go. But I know I just called the elections 2024. No matter how you and I call it, here's the problem with South Africans. Jy gaan die volgende verstaan. The mere fact that Neil de Beer, Fatima Abdul, and the rest of my executive won in 3 metros. The fact that Guyton, en ek gaan nou vir jou iets sê niks reguit.
Yeah.
I personally, né?
Yeah.
Weet jy hom? I get on with him.
With Guyton?
I personally get on with him.
Right. You speak over the phone?
I no.
Oh, how do you speak?
No. I'm okay. I talk through his councillors.
Oh,
because his councillors come to me and ask me for cooperation, I give it. I get on with Fadil. A lot. Now, irrespective of what me and you are talking here to the people, the fact that CCC, PA, Action SA, and UIM, that we are currently in government, because you know we are currently in local government.
Yeah.
That already shows you a light. It shows you light.
Yeah, but...
And the DA has admitted, sorry sir, in an internal discussion, the DA leadership admitted they are 20% cap party. Whoa, did you hear what I said?
Okay.
The DA has conceded that they will never get more than 20% of the votes in the Republic.
Yeah, no, that's for sure.
Okay, so fact, ne?
So that means John Steenhuisen will never become
president. No, never.
So he's just a custodian.
Yes.
Now,
sorry,
if we can...
so,
yeah?
Stat.
Yes, 100%.
20.
100%.
Right, what you need? 51.
Yes.
Right, Julius, never above 15.
Yeah, he didn't even win his own town.
Not
where he's from.
Above 15.
He's probably on, yeah.
So he's currently on 11.
So he'll... Yes. But the narrative is changing and it's changing fast. And you guys need to be understanding what's happening. Okay. What I'm telling you now is, so if John Steenhuisen is going to probably end up on 20% whatever.
Yes.
The DA.
Yes.
And we've got all these other political... I mean, if you go through this list, I mean, we've got...
Yes,
we've got...
324.
We've got... It's just too many.
300, and where are we?
It's all split up, right?
No. Where are we?
Yeah, you guys are...
24.
Yeah.
There's 324 parties in the Republic.
Yes.
In 1 month.
Okay.
We fought the battle, and we are the 24th largest party, listen to me, in South Africa.
In South Africa, yes.
Yes. So not bad, eh?
It's no, I mean,
not
2
bad.
years you had...
No, sir. 2 months.
No.
2 months.
From registration. I'm also looking
2 months.
From registration. All right.
So wait. What's my outcome for me on 2024?
I mean,
because I just told you ANC is going to win. Did I not?
So if they win, are you going to agree with them on certain policies? Are you going to work with them?
I'll put 20 people in.
You said consistently now you guys work together in council and all these guys. Obviously, if you're going to make this thing happen or workable, you need to, because
We have to have a
inevitably
coalition.
it's business. You
have
need
to
speak,
go,
right?
yeah.
There was a video where you said you won't sign
Never.
anything with him. Now, so this will obviously be tested in 2024.
Yes.
That said, I just want to put that aside.
Co-opetition.
Co-opetition.
Use the word.
Co-opetition.
What is that?
It's not cooperation.
Sometimes you have to cooperate with the competition.
With the competition, alright, I get it. Keep your enemies close. John Steenhuisen is keeping his friends closer, I believe.
Sure.
He went.
Do I talk to Helen Zille?
I believe.
Yes. Do I respect Helen? Yes. Do I understand Helen? Yes.
She's from Germany.
Do I agree with everything? Do I agree with everything on Helen? No. But do I fundamentally look at her and go, is she as a human?
Yeah.
Is she who I thought she was?
Alright.
Do I appreciate Gaiten?
Do you?
Yes.
Okay.
Want ek kan praat man. Hy kan praat van skaars.
Yeah, he's got.
You
So
agree?
speak from the heart.
He can talk.
He can speak
Now
from the
all
heart.
I'm saying is the time for South African politicians, hoor gou vir my Selwyn, it's over.
I think
It's over.
Yeah.
Who am I? I'm a citizen, man.
you said you.
I am
you
a
said,
citizen.
No, you said. What is it now? UIM.
Yes.
UIM.
I'm you. But
Listen.
But if you've decided like Fadil,
Yeah.
Khaled Zaid, yes.
I think Fadil with the CCC is going to have a problem when we get rid of the C's, the coloured with the C.
Yes.
Because this thing must go. Why are they keeping us inside?
But does he own it?
Because hey,
Does Fadil
no.
Adams own
The name,
it?
the name of the coloured
Yes.
party. If they change the name
Yes.
and they remove this coloured term,
Yes.
then you'll have to.
So what does
change his name.
a coloured leader? Remember, my mensa. What did the coloured leader say to him? You know what they said to him? They said, every time, Fadil, that you go on media and you say coloured, I'm for the coloured, people are calling you a racist. So someone said to him, can I tell you something? Don't be ashamed.
Okay.
Own it.
Are you ashamed to? Not the same. Do you feel that you have to, at times, defend yourself as a white man in today's reality of all the racism, and all the hatred that we've been exposed to over the years?
Yeah, because you don't know who I am.
Do you feel unapologetic? Because there was a video where you did a live, and I actually asked you, hey, you just said now you're coloured. Did you do that because you wanted coloured votes?
Yes.
And you just mentioned something there, but you carried on.
Because when I'm in Menenberg, I'm coloured.
Okay.
If I'm in Umtata, I'm Xhosa. If I'm in Brandfort, I'm a Boer. But actually, I'm South African. But can I sit with you, Selwyn? Do I feel today in your stunning home? Do I feel different?
No, it doesn't.
No, sir. This is home. En as jy en ek op 'n latere datum daai ding aansteek and you start talking lingo.
Ja, kan jy saam praat?
Nee, dan gaan ek saam met jou. Maar as jy dieselfde kan doen by meneer van der Merwe op die plaas Uitenag en ek kan met hom praat en vir hom sê oom, ons moet vir geregtigheid beklei. Dan praat ek sy taal. I'm not a chameleon. I'm a South African. I'm a South African. So what do you want me to do? So the race. Me and you said 5 minutes ago you went race.
Yeah. It's important to speak about it.
Because you mustn't hide. Dis nie weggryp. As jy vir jou sê Jyf check man. Ja, luister op my. Check.
There was a video where you said check vir wie was dit gewees?
Ek het al so baie mense jammer pas. Ek het al so mense check gesê.
Gisteraan op ek by jou geval.
Maar is dit nie lekker nie?
Ja, dis
hoe rol hy. Maar I want you to understand this year right now is one of the greatest interviews I've had. Why? It's raw. It's not. I knew who you were. Jy het my gekap op Cape Radio. Jy het my die hele tyd gekap. Jy het heeltyd vir gesê hoekom noem jy hom Frikkie? Hoekom noem jy hom Frikkie? En toe bel iemand my toe sê my, "Who's this guy that's continuing to say hoekom noem jy hom Frikkie?" So I noticed this guy. So I said to me, sorry, Pastor.
Sorry, Pastor.
I'm trying to get a message over.
Yeah.
And here I'll end. One life, no matter color, is red. Wanneer daai laaitjie bloei, hy bloei rooi man. Now I've worked enough, Selwyn, in Africa, in countries like Sudan, that you see death. I'll tell you something and I'll end. This will go in my new book. I'm writing my second book. That book is not my book, it's my brother's book. He wrote it about his life. But 3/4 of his life, we are in it. Right? My new book, I'm writing it and the title is unbelievable. The title is called Caging the Snake. Caging the Snake. Want ek was ook maar 'n man, man. Nee? Ek was ook maar hier, nee? Ek was ook maar die wolf, nee? En ons was ook maar die slang. En as jy weet die wolf en die slang, ek was daai. Jou gekat my broer. Het uitgekom. I'm trying to cage my snake, Selwyn. But I can tell you one thing, seeing my people die.
Do you think
it is bringing?
It's so sad. And I mean, I really, you know, ek kan nie genoeg. To open social media is depressing. People are being murdered. For me, if these guys can make jokes, as also, Here help us, Becky Chellen, I don't believe these guys are incompetent. I believe these guys are bored. Do you think Cyril Ramaphosa must appoint you maybe as a minister of intelligence or a minister of police or van die army? Dan het hy vrou gesit daar en toe brand hy die plek af. Toe stuur hulle op parlement toe. Sy was 'n teacher. Toe stuur hulle op parlement toe. Toe brand die parlement. Toe sê sy in die nuusartikel, I just came here now. It wasn't me. I didn't, hulle het nie geweet van die sprinklers. Bro, die parlement het gebrand. Is afgebrand. I was there. I was there. These guys are there just to eat.
Take responsibility.
They can't do the job.
They can't take responsibility.
Why are you pointing people in the job that's not going to get the job done? And this is
you fire the national commissioner because of incompetence. But here's the thing.
I think
in the report that was commissioned by government about the July looting, can I tell you, the police came. So I spoke to the police. I was in Phoenix. Yeah, I was. I went to stand the line. No, I was there. Like I was in Brackenfell.
When I told Julius kom.
Ja, toe sê kom.
But he wasn't there.
Toe sê ek nee, weet jy hoekom? Hy sou op sy moeder gekry het daai van daai. No, wait a minute. Luister of my
het saam met Bosini
gepraat. Ja, nou staan ek daar. Want hulle het gevra ek moet kom praat. I'm tired of talking. Because it's about talking that this country is not getting anywhere. So I want to tell you, when I went to drop the veggies at Ocean View and I got my little girl with Tupperware, to staan daar man, hy's deel van die soup kitchen, maar hy lyk nog of my if I can. So I said to him, who are you? He says, my name is Jonathan. I said, Jonathan, what do you do? He says, I'm a builder, sir. He says, sien jy hierdie huise? I built them. He says, nou maak ek sop. Ek kry nie meer huis om te bou nie. Our people are not lazy. I want to make that very clear. Our people want to work. Our people want dignity. Maar hulle sit en hulle word nie dit gegee nie. So why don't anybody ask Neil de Beer, what is your 5-point plan? What's your plan? Because you have to have a plan. You can't just come here and talk up. Sorry, Pastor. You can't just come and sell something. So what do I want to change? I want to change that every person in this country has a job opportunity. Stop stealing 2 trillion and pay the people to fix potholes. Selwyn, I'll tell you what, people will do that. So what are we going to do? I'll tell you what. I will go to Parliament. I'll be in Parliament in 2024. Of ek alleen, of 10 of 20. And here's one thing I'm going to do. I'm going to bring hope. I'm not going to focus on sad.
There you have it, guys. Neil de Beer must actually be Neil de Beer.
As hy.
Kakgroot.
And can I add something? Call me. Invite me.
Alright.
Invite me. You got my number. Communities, tell me. I'll come. Not to come and talk, sorry, Pastor.
But to help the people.
But to help them.
Alright. Thanks, Neil de Beer. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. It's a great day. And thank you for everything.
Sure.